Hello again. Back with Farmland Flats and Cities Skylines One. Yeah, it's pretty much where we left off. I've made a few slight tweaks. Nothing massive. Check pubs. Let's have a little look. What have we got on with? Well, firstly, we've put in a university. I'm getting demand. I'm going to just click on pause. Click on pause. Yeah. I've got some demand for workers, people wanting more educated workers, so I've dropped this in. It's not huge, this isn't a big university city, so just a little one, just a few little bits of facilities around it. Fill some demand, basically. I'm not doing much else with that. And then I've had a little bit more play with some of the detailing stuff, so I think that looks better. A little bit better than that, a bit more around it, sort of fill that area out. Big vehicle there turning around. The fire station and police station have gained a little bit more around them, not much. And just some more trees dotted about. What else have we done? There was a little bit else I did. I'm trying to remember what I did. Oh yeah, the other estate that got put in now looks a little bit better. We are starting to get, let's say, demand for not enough workers, so we definitely need more people. This area here, I mean, the entirety of that area has 317 people in it, or 371 in that area. This little area here has 256 in much smaller area. Yeah, I need more high density housing. I can carry this sort of style on a little bit. I don't want that sort of junction there. So yeah, this can carry on along here, and then it's what we do in this area here. I mean, the phase meadow thing. I mean, I was sort of thinking, do you put like a 1950s style housing estate in there? Doesn't really suit the area, so I think it's going to be more of this sort of thing. Just the extra roads off and spur on. It gets a little bit hilly towards that end. Can work on that. I mean, this sort of style of housing will do it. There's obviously over this area here, which is destined pretty much for the same sort of thing. I think I'm going to do this side here first. And as I sort of said, we need to think about proper public transport infrastructure. But what I'm going to do is lay out some roads over here, and then I shall be back. So that's just a couple of basic road frames. This is going to get basically the same sort of styling I've put on down here, but in a totally new area all of its own. And the vague hope that I can get people to move in. So this area is not going to be high density. I am going to put some more high density up here though. So I'm just going to trim that back a bit, ready for that. Yeah, some more of this sort of estate stuff over here. But for now, this. So I need that. I need that sort of housing. I need UK terrace, and I want the single ones that I normally use for this sort of thing. Not the level 2s, it has to be the level 1s. That one. So, cue the machine gun sound. I'll be back in a minute. So there's a few houses. I'm going to do is put some pathways in. I'm going to stick a few shops in as well, because you see I do have some commercial demand. That in there, and yeah, just another another house bit there. Label these up as houses. Yeah, get rid of that one. That one. The UK shop styles. I do only want the little ones, it must be said. Just gonna have a little parade of shops. It's going up a hill a bit. See, this is where you start to have a slight problem. I know the sort of stylish shops I want. Might not be under UK, so we shall see. Yeah, we ask things like this. And these and whatever, which I need to... Just want these single little ones. Nah, not that. How many pointers gone? Get rid of that. Not that style. Yes. Maybe one like that. Just a little bit of retail. We'll see. I mean, hopefully that'll stay. Right. Actually, I can make sure it stays by just taking it outside a little zone there, so to speak, and giving it its own. That is going to be set up to be... Where are we? Old retail? I think that's what I called it. We'll find out in a sec. This one here. LP Dennis. Right. Now what I'll do is I'll let run and we'll see if these shops stick around. Hopefully they will. Just sort of satisfies a little bit of the demand around here. There is a school here which we've sort of got, and like I say, I need a little bit more higher density, which is going to be the Brooklyn and Queens settings again, because to be honest, I really like how that looks. So I'll do that. Do that on the end there, and probably do that. This needs a zone, and I'm actually going to deal with it in a slightly cheaty way of just extending that one over all of there, like that. That'll do. Then we can go into here. High density commercial, so high density residential. Do that. Do that. Do that. Do that. Do that. Do that. Not that. Do that. Because then I've got space behind there. I can put some other bits in as well. And we'll see what grows. Hopefully it'll look a little bit like this when it's done. Are they slightly larger? No, they're larger. So it'll be interesting to see what we get here. Yeah, we'll just see what we shall see. What we shall see. As you can see, obviously there's a lot over here upgrading already. They've got plenty of access to schools. Let's have a little look at the where are we? Leisure. You see over here, not so much. I think we should give them something. Put a little bit there and put some over there. I don't think it's red. I think it might be. There's nobody in yet. So I think, what have we got that fits here? Don't want car parks. We've done car parks. Done lots and lots of car parks. These little parks aren't brilliant. That's too big. That fits. Keep people a little bit happier. And over here we're going to do the traditional parks. I'm going to go with the problem is the ground over here is not particularly flat, so massive parks probably won't work. But I'm going to put one of those in and we'll see how it goes. Yeah, no, that's worked. It's flat enough. Flat enough for that. That works. Yeah. And the other thing to have a look at, which I've not all, see another church in. They work as entertainment, and I've not put one in for a while. So let's have a little look. Want a smaller road. Yes, I'm not very keen on using crossroads. Not really bothered about it for this. So I want the church is going to go there, I think. That'll again sort of please people in the general vicinity. And what we're going to do is fence that off a little bit. So I want pavement. Have I got gravel pavements in here? Brick. I'm sure that's appropriate. Stone? Probably not that either. Don't know. Pavement, don't know what that's going to do. That one, no. I'm going to give it a little bit of just pavement for now. I'll sort that out into something a little bit better later. And we're going to have a fence, which in this case is going to be a stone wall. We have to try and find one of the little church gatehouses. What we're going to do is have a little churchyard like that. Can do that. And we'll stick some extra bits and pieces in there later. Let's just see what we've done to our traffic situation, which is... Oh, it's horrendous. Ooh, what was that one moaning about? Not enough educated workers. Yes, see, that was the purpose behind setting that up. So there's not many students there. We've obviously got the high school round here, which is it's doing reasonably. Yes, lots of people moving in now. And obviously round here doesn't have any public transport capability whatsoever. Which was the other thing I wanted to look at. Yeah, so transport interchange over here somewhere, I feel, is where this belongs. So I'm going to come in, picky that, and it's going to be... turn all that back on. It's going to be down here. I'm going to put it... where are we going to tee off? I'm actually just going to carry on. That's not what I want to do. I want it parallel with the main city, just because I do. So I'm going to put in a road like that. Like that. Like that. That link I actually don't want. I want it to link onto that. So that road is going to be made a little bit longer. And that, for now, is going to go into there. That'll eventually be another roundabout. We'll sort that out. The purpose behind that is that gives me somewhere to put the transport interchange. So what we're going to do is go into here, and I want a bus, and I want intercity bus station. That'll do, and it's going to go over here. Quite centre on those roads, fine, but that doesn't matter. That's where that's going. Now that's obviously going to want a drink, so we can do that. I'll route that up there while I'm at it. Yeah, I didn't think, the power would have spread across there straight away. So what we're going to do is parks. Where are we? Parks. Parks. We're going to put a honking great car park next to the bus interchange, which will spread the power nicely. There we go. And what I can now do is start running a few buses. So the existing ones obviously don't tie into any of this, but I'll deal with that at some point. The first one I'm going to do is all around there. Actually, what I'll probably do is extend some of these. Drag line to add stop. Where do I want to put that? Don't know, I'm going to build a new one first. Let's just do a new bus stop. We're going to go from there. We're going to come out here. Might as well stop near Morrison's, why not? This is then going to come up here. We are actually going to come all the way up here as well. Then back down here. Stop near those shops. I'm going to put a few more stops in that I don't need just yet. Really, because I'm planning on adding a few other bits, and then that will go to there, to there, to there, and then we shall come back up here, and I'm actually going this way. The reason I'm going to go this way is really to try and stop too much stuff doubling around, and these are going to be the Japan ones, because I quite like those. 12 vehicles, I don't think so. Need anything like that many. 6, that'll do. And we're going to go in here, and we're going to just reverse it. And this, in and of itself, isn't going to relieve a lot of the traffic situation. But it's not really intended to. This is just adding sort of circulation routes into here. It will also have the extra effect of making people in the vicinity happy, which I quite like the idea of. And then we're going to go back up here and into there like that, and that's going to get the same thing added of I'll use the Railways of Japan bus because I really like it. And again, 60, yeah, I don't really don't think so. Down to about 6, 7, that'll do, 5, something like that. And it interfaces with the other buses. These areas here may get a bit busier. I am going to put a few other slightly longer distance ones in. Now what I'm actually going to do is one that goes all the way from down here. Now I think I've got buses that duplicate a lot of this stuff, so I'm just going to leave it at that for now. That's not excellent, I admit, but there we go. Highgate. How many people live in Highgate? Or 400 odd. So you see, this works, and we've got some over here which I don't mind. I quite like those. So let's drop in a little bit more of the high density that I have planned for up here. There isn't going to be vast amounts more of it. Just that, and that'll assist. And then the Clapton Hill area, yeah, see that's got a few more in it now. And a lot of stuff around here is upgraded quite nicely. Right, land value, what does this look like? Yeah, it's not too bad. I mean, again, it could be better, but it'll get better as more things upgrade and other bits and pieces go in. What else could we add in? Can't add another park there because it's footpaths. I really wish you could add them. Industry park. That's a nice size, isn't it? Can we put that? I'm going to drop that in there and just see what it looks like. Yeah, I mean, Yeah, has done slightly weird things to the pathway nearby. What I'm going to do is just go... Right, grab the thing. No, no. There's already weird things done to the pathway around there. I thought it was that going in that had done it, but apparently it's not. Should help. See, one of the things we don't have particularly at the moment is any of the unique buildings. So that might be not helping much. Again, we need more people. So, Canton Green or Catton Green's obviously going to... It's already expanded. That'll do perfectly. Right, Control F. I want UK here, and again I want the houses. To find my little house that I usually use. Where are we? That one. Yeah, I don't know if I put the stone terrace in. I know I put the brick terrace in. So let's again cue the gun noise, and I'll be back in a minute. Oh, that's just adding in a few more. Yeah, I mean, it's a bit... It's a bit simplistic, but it is... it is quite realistic. This is what this sort of place looks like. I'm just going to put some pathways in at the back here. They're not really needed, but they look quite nice. So we're going to do that. Let's have a little look. I mean, let's... It's raining. What does this sort of road look like? I mean, yeah, that's about right. In fact, if anything, it could probably do with more on this side. I did put the fencing in down here, so I have to get rid of that. I can do that. Let's get rid of the fencing. So, get rid of this fencing. I'm going to check and make sure these areas cover that side of the road as well. That one cover that side of the road. There we go. I was going to drop more houses in like that. It's this is all about getting best bang for the buck, so to speak. And the best way of doing that is using up all these little spaces. I can't really put a lot else here, so I might as well drop in a bit more housing. Yeah, there we are. I mean, it'll upgrade and it'll end up looking like over there. So that's that. Yeah, what else? What else have we got? We've still got more housing demand. Loads and loads more housing demand. Yeah. Okay. We do have a fire helicopter depot, which they should put in an appearance at some point. Yeah, here's one now. Coming in here to put the try and put the trees out. Hopefully before the entire city burns to the ground. That'd be nice. Oh yes, yes. See, this is a problem. Parks with lots of trees. Occasionally they catch fire, and the fire brigade can't get into the parks. It's just a thing the game's got. Fire engines can't get into the parks. So yeah. This area here is pretty much maxed out in terms of its population. We still have more commercial demand. This area here is going to be a bit of a commercial centre, so I'm actually just going to... Not with that. I'm going to start. I'm going to leave a gap there because I do want a few footpaths through there. Yeah, that'll do. That'll help with that. More housing, right. Just again have a quick check on how the cars are going. Yeah, see, all down here is busy, but it's flowing. One of the little changes I did is I did put some traffic lights on here because this was starting to back up a lot because there's a lot coming this way. So yeah. Quick sip of water. Need something. Yeah, that'll do. So, where are we going to build the next lot? See, we have 600 on there. You see, I mean that sort of style of housing it's nearly as good as this, to be honest with you, in terms of housing density. But these, they're not particularly British style, but they fit in. I mean, they're not amazing, but they do fit in. I think we are going to have another sort of higher density bit. Where are we going to put that? I think it's... I mean, this is the thing. Over here is quite hilly as well. If I turn the... Find the right one. Turn the contours on. Don't really want to put it there. Could put some here, actually. This will work. Just put in... I mean, it's open space. There's road access. Bring off that roundabout into this area. Yeah, we're doing that. That's happening. That is now a thing. So that can go. Get rid of those. I need a road. I want it to go along here. Doesn't have to be completely grid aligned. It's sort of going to be its own thing. That can go into there. That can carry along like that, and then we'll just build some of the... build a chunk of the Brooklyn Queen stuff along there. It's already got water, so don't even need to worry about that. So I'm going to go all along here like this, all around here like that. This little bit of here, Bramley. Yeah, that'll do. I'll bring it down here as well. So have a look at the zoning bit. Right, I need to go in. I'm going to grab that. I'm going to remove all the zoning off this road because I'm not going to be using it. And then we're going to go back in here with this road because I want to come down. Not there. Come down here a little bit, and we're going to put the houses on there. So that'll do. Right. So Bramley Styles. Don't look at some of these other ones as well at some point, but that one I know I like. So we're going to do this here. There, 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 and there. And then over here, we're just going to do it like this. Yeah, there is going to be a little bit of a break there, which I'm actually going to extend a bit further because I want to be able to put a car park in there. Those two are separate, so that'll work. Yeah, let's have a look at the card parks. Put one of those there. Go back to my... Yeah, that works. That's all fractured, which I don't like. Don't like that fracturing. So roads off. No zoning on that one. No zoning on that one. Right. That's now going to do what I want it to do. So yeah, and what I'm also going to do is a little bit of low density commercial there. Don't need much. We're going to stick in a couple of footpaths, and then I'll let that go while I stick in a couple of footpaths. So I'll have one there. These will connect, because why wouldn't they? That one can come down as well. Put that in there as well. And that's that. Hopefully that'll give us a little bit more housing, and then obviously I can double that up. All of over here has now lost its electricity because I took the pylons out. Put that back in for now. Take it out again later. Once all this bridges across, that won't be needed. So there we go. That's some more much needed housing coming in. The fires are not entirely out over here. Or over here, but they're no longer near people, which is the main thing. Yeah. Now we've made this bit housing, there is a need emerging over here, or there will be, for a little bit of entertainment. So I'm going to put... I'll put it off that one. Put a plaza in there, see what that looks like. Yeah, it'll do. Like I say, this is all going to be a retail park eventually. I know exactly the sort of retail bits I want to put in here. This is all going to be like the wavy roof line stuff, which will be predominantly over here, a little bit there. Be nothing round there now. And just bring another little spur in here. They can all come off, and some down this side. Yeah, don't need it just yet. Can't afford it just yet. So hopefully this lot here will grow, and we will get plenty of people. Right. So this bit here now wants some fencing. While those houses grow, I'm going to do a little bit of jiggery pokery, or pokery jiggery, and then I shall be back. Okay, I mean that's yeah, that's basic, but it will do as a start of 10. Yeah, and we shall see exactly how everything else goes in. I think I've got that bit. Yes, I've got that. So hopefully that's going to kill most of the demand there. I am now actually going to start. Still got some retail demand, so we're going to go to here. I'm going to go into high density. And it's retail. All of them. Here we are. These ones. These are the ones I want. So no, it's a bit bigger than I thought they were. Okay, so they might. Yeah, they sort of fit there, but with a bit of an overlap. Right, well, okay, if they want 5x5, I will stick that road. We know we need 5, so I'm going to come there and give it a little bit more space. So, yeah, a little bit more. Right. It would help if I click the right one of those and do that. And go back into here, and you see what we're going to do is upgrade that road so that it does what I want it to, because of course I turned all the zoning off. A little bit slow hand clap there, but never mind, that's for myself. But, what have we got? We'll have the range, and we'll stick in a pets at home as well. And this should grab a chunk of the demand we have. So DK Max and a Sports Direct, that'll do. A little bit, not quite all lined up, but actually that bothers me. It shouldn't do, but it does. So what we need to do is rotate that and then put it next to the other one like so. And these here, this should, yeah, I say all the retail demand has pretty much evaporated at that point. And what we can now do is add in a few other little. I mean, we've got a Pizza Hut. What else have we got? We could add in here. One of them. Has to be done. Wouldn't be a UK retail estate without a McDonald's somewhere. So what we need to do is get rid of that and put that in there instead. There we go. Pizza Hut, McDonald's, yada yada yada. Yeah, yeah. Plenty of people wanting to come here and go shopping, which is good. Lots of visitors. Lots of visitors, lots of jobs. Garbage processing is now a slight problem. We do have some over here. Do I put another one in? Yeah, we're going to put another one in. Another recycling centre there. We should deal with the rest of that problem. Okay, so this area here, I like some of these have got different things at the back of them, but okay. Styles on that? Did I put a style in there? Old retail. Yeah. Save. Get rid of that. Right. These are all in as historic, so I'll now be able to put that back in. Make that historic as well. Thinks it's a drugstore. Never mind. Right, that'll work. Should deal with that with a bit of luck. Still need more housing. Right, well, all I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a little bit more decoration in this little area here. Where there is no... I don't believe there's space to put another one of those units in, is there? We shall see. Well, the easy thing to do is grab one and have a look. Not really. Right, that'll do. I was thinking if I put a T-junction across the end there, whether I could put one on the end. As it is, I might put something else down here. Okay, so... decoration stuff. I will be back shortly. Okay, so there we go for the back of that. This is just a little hive of construction activity around the back. This area is proving quite popular. Well, apparently that one hasn't had any visitors yet. All that, although this is in the immediate past. Lots of people there, lots of people there. That's plenty of work. And McDonald's, oh yes, that's busy. Yes, that's busy, 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 busy. What's the traffic looking like at this point? Yeah, 70 odd. Yeah, starting to get into and out of the city centre is starting to be a problem again. Down here is busy. Yeah, people messing around. In fact, actually, I can sort a little bit of this out down here. Because what I do is say, you're not changing lanes. There. Ooh, power. We have a power problems. Where are we running out of power? All over here is running out of power. Well, we know there's a comparatively straightforward way of dealing with that, which is to put in just a couple more substations. These little ones can drop in a little bit, which helps. They don't make much, but they will help. That's sort of helping over here a bit, and we'll put in another one. Another one over there. It should. Not quite, almost, but not quite dealing with the problem. There are other ones. Yeah, we've got one of these little proper substation things as well. We've got one. Yeah, we've got one there. Gasometers. Now, see, they'd be quite nice, but yeah. Oh, that's a point. How much does that put out? 4 to 8. There's a little. This is actually quite a useful little thing to have. It's a little bit polluting, but at the same time, it's just a little generator set. Weirdly, it's classed as a wind turbine. Go figure. We're doing some power now, so yeah, we've got a little bit more than what we need, but it is going to need something else as well. And where can we put another proper sort of I'm trying to think what I'm trying to call them now. Substation. And I'm going to put that's a big substation. That's a big one as well. This one here. I'm going to put one of them there to help deal with the power. It just looks a bit better than a power station. I mean, these power stations are nice, but they really are far too small for what they are. You should be building them like the campus areas, to be honest with you. But never mind. We're still a little bit short on power. Still need more power. That tends to suggest something a bit bigger somewhere. Don't want to put in more. Of course, we've got over here. Right. Is there space for one of these bigger units over here? There is. How much power does that produce? Right. Bye-bye. Place you with one of those. Quite doing what it needs to, but it's getting there. So what I'm going to do now is put a smaller one opposite it. Hopefully that will just about get us back into the green. Yeah, we have to. Yes, that's one for the next episode. Is rethinking energy slightly. How are we doing down here? We still have not enough workers, so we still have huge amounts of housing demand. More industrial demand, which, I mean, that's sort of an office park. There's space here to put more offices in, but until I've got the workers, why bother? So let's have a little overview of where we got to. We have Bramley has joined in now, which is the another sort of high density area with 500 odd people living here. Yeah, it's reasonable. Yeah, it looks alright as well. You don't need to do a lot with these buildings, which is something else I quite like. We have the Kingsway Retail Park is kicking in nicely. We shall see what happens with all of this. There is a bit of spare space here for a little bit more, but not much. I'll say some more down here, but not these. I thought they would fit along there. That was the idea, but they don't. So there we go. We have put in we've extended Canton Green, which is over there, and we've put in all of this little row of shops, which are doing all right. Well, they're closed because it's evening. We have a new church that does need quite a bit more work doing to it. Just graveyards, trees, yada yada yada, all that sort of good stuff. And all of this, and all of over here. So we're growing up to 14,000. So we've got up about 2,500. Need to get up to 16 to get up to the next level. So yeah, I mean, I need to do a bit more work over here. I mean, how's this actually getting on? Yeah, serving all right. I don't know how many intercity buses we're getting. Probably getting a few. Do with killing. Yeah, just very, very quickly. Let's kill parking right outside the place, because otherwise it looks a bit silly. Yeah. Why do buses do that? Why can't they just come out onto the road? Instead they have to loop all the way around and go out the other end. Yeah. Anyway, that's going to be it for this one. I will catch you all in the next one. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and goodbye.